And if nobody else wants to go first, I went first
You're
last
up.
time.
You're up.
Okay. So happy to go first. So I remember when we framed this process as achieving the Austin bargain, where we were going to concentrate increased development on our designated transit corridors and growth centers instead of the interior of residential neighborhoods. When I look at the code as drafted, I think we've lost our path, and I fear that we've lost the trust of the community. These amendments that we have adopted here today are happening with minimal vetting and minimal public review, and this code does not just impact transition areas, corridors, and certain parts of town. Transition zones are important, but Austinites need to know that the current changes affect every residential lot in every neighborhood in the city. I'm concerned that we're making big changes that will lead to big and expensive structures. This code is supposed to do more than just create new housing units. It's supposed to create abundant housing that is affordable to all income levels in our community, and it's supposed to realize the vision of a compact and connected city that is vibrant and livable with access to parks and other amenities. Right now, I just don't think we're doing that. Right now, our overriding principle is to achieve a capacity goal of over 400,000 units, and to do that at the unnecessary expense of every goal that we care about, and I believe we can and must do better. Pushing through 1,300 pages in less than 2 weeks hasn't given the community time to understand the magnitude of these changes or to offer substantive feedback. Most Austinites do not have the time or resources to meaningfully participate in this process. But do you know who does? Corporate developers do. They have teams who are being paid to sift through these documents so that they can lobby for changes that further benefit their bottom line instead of ensuring the code advances the common good. And if we continue to ram this process through without restoring public trust, we are doing an enormous disservice to our community. I can't support this draft, and I voted as such. I can support a code that creates growth on our major corridors with access to transit and in our growth centers like the Domain and Mueller and downtown. I can support a code that allows us to add accessory dwelling units and duplexes, creates the tools we need to add density to neighborhoods through a focused planning process rather than with one broad brush. This code doesn't do that.